Hello, Buddhas. Today we are going to talk about how I manifested paying for dinner. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, I've got to let you know that down in the video description, I've got a playlist with well over 150 Buddha Billionaire videos that you can binge watch to accelerate your spiritual awakening. Now, why am I so happy that I paid for dinner? Well, it's because it was a test of the universe, myself, or the law of attraction, however you want to talk about it. But it was a test and it went beautifully, and I'm giving myself all the credit, sharing it with my angels, of course. But let me explain. Yesterday evening, I went out for dinner with my parents. And earlier in the day, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I could pay for dinner for us? Haven't done that in a long while, and it would really touch them. So, I thought to myself that that would be great, and then I just kind of let it go into the ether. At dinner, we had a lovely time, great conversation, fantastic food, we went for pizza, and then at the end, I had to get up to go to the washroom. I had forgotten about my intention that I had set earlier about paying, and I really needed to pee. So, got up to go to the washroom. When I came back from going to the washroom, my dad also got up, my mom had gone to the washroom as well, and then they left, so I was alone at the table. While I was alone at the table, the waiter came over with the bill, and I was like, hey, I can take care of that. Boom, bada bing, and we're done. And when my parents returned, I had paid for dinner, and we were ready to go. And they were surprised, because I don't normally do that, because I don't normally need to. But it's not about need, it's about the intention of having wanted to. And what's so interesting about this, and it's so simple, and this story could be completely irrelevant, except for the fact that I had set the intention earlier in the day that it would be neat if that had happened, but I had absolutely no bearing on it needing to have happened that evening. There was nothing about what I did that was important in any way whatsoever. I just thought it would be a very cool, kind gesture that I could do for someone. Now, Buddhas, what did I actually do in order to create this manifestation? Well, I'll tell you, and that is that the feeling is the secret. But in a video that I've put out a couple days ago, you'll hear me talking that the feeling is the secret, but the feeling doesn't matter. It's not about feeling the goodest and the bestest that you possibly can all the time for every manifestation. Now, is it great to feel good on command and to meditate on good feeling thoughts and to manifest things that feel fantastic? Yes, keep going. But at the same time, it may be easier even, or it may even be more natural to manifest feelings that you're more used to. If you're working on becoming someone who feels good all the time, then thumbs up, like the video, description, all that stuff. But if you're used to feeling that slight tension, or that surprise, or an annoyance, and that's exactly what I did to manifest the bill payment last night. I think two major factors came into account here. A, I was giving out money, which is a huge way for you to attract money to you, is by setting an intention of paying for things or giving for things, because he who has money would be spending it. B, I think the second, or maybe more important, but definitely relevant to this, was the fact that earlier in the day when I was imagining doing this, I imagined specifically the surprise and the slight I'm impressed and the slight that sensation, that feeling that comes with me paying for something that my dad didn't expect. And that is exactly the feeling. It's a difficult feeling to put into specific words, but it's one that resonates with me, and you can find similar styles of feelings in your life, whether it be the same situation or not, but there's always those feelings that you know or associate with people. And I felt that immediately after telling him that I had paid the bill, and it just clicked, and I was like, oh my goodness, this all worked out because I felt that feeling that I'm feeling now after committing the act. It wasn't the feeling of paying the bill, but it was a feeling after having paid it, that conversation with that other person. And that, Buddhas, is the secret. So if you want to manifest anything in your life, what you've got to do is to set the intention of having it or doing it. Think that it would be neat, but don't freak out if it doesn't happen. It really reduces the importance, and you can use the right words for you, but for me, neat is a really good one. And then feel the feeling that you would feel after immediately committing the act that would provide with the end result. So for me, it was the act of paying the bill. So I did that, and the feeling that I focused on in the manifestation prior to the whole thing, hours before, was the feeling of afterwards, of talking to my dad about it. And then that is exactly what happened. So Buddhas, no need to beat a dead horse on this. Remember to go back and watch all my videos, but also remember that the feeling is the secret, but the feeling doesn't matter. And one more thing, Buddhas. Remember to love yourself.